Must be about 5-6 inches. This is some heavy snow. And there's a lot of talk about power going out, and I think some of it has to do with the snow actually hanging on the wires. But I think a lot of it has to do with these heavy branches on the trees sagging down on the wires in places. So probably more in the cities and towns. Out here they kind of avoid having that situation. We're almost done with the milking. Owen's finishing that. I gotta clean up the barnyard there a little bit by the door where the cows come and go. Get that all stacked together. We're gonna put the gutters on the spreader, and we're gonna put the snowblower on after we get that wrapped up. Good for the hooves. She's gonna polish them right up this heavy wet snow. I see you got a branch down on a tree out there. Not too surprised. I don't know where they're going, but somehow they're excited. More or less the first day of winter for them, I guess. First big snow we had anyway. You're probably like, what is the big deal, huh? You've seen this dozens of times.
Welcome back to Gierok Farms. Last night we got about 6 inches of snow, and my dad got all excited. He's like, we finally get to use this snowblower he got a few years back. I don't know if it's quite necessary for this much, but might as well document it, throw it up on the YouTube. My little brother is bringing the tractor around, and this thing, the snowblower, is quite a bit bigger than you guys might think it is. about this stuff. It's what holds this whole thing together.
That's an extension I put on. That's off a flail chopper, something we didn't need there. Because this spout doesn't tip enough down, it shoots it too high. The whole angle of this should have been shaped different. So I added that on there so I could direct the snow different. And then you got these shoes, and there's several settings, and what this does is it gives you the height difference. So you don't have to be raking up the gravel, or if you're on concrete, you might want to set them lower. And then there are hydraulic pumps to turn the spout, hydraulic cylinder to put the, this is the Everest. This came out of Canada.
We could probably have a snow removal business as well. Let's get rid of all this farming stuff. Let's do snow removal.
That hoses ain't right.
Another Gierok Farm catastrophe. Hoses are all mixed up. Oh my lord. A little fast. Turn that down a little bit. A lot of fast. Way too fast. There we go. That's more like it. Birds' nests and mouse nests out of there before you get to the snow. We got one of those days off from school due to the snow today, but normally all that means is more work for me, I guess. Sometimes sitting at school is nice, it's relaxing, but snow days, oh, I can't stand them sometimes. Looks like my dad's gonna do even a little bit of work for the township. Gotta plow more than just the driveway, I guess. stuff is hard work. You never see the behind the scenes stuff. Forget about Mariska. Just loves the snow. Looks like he might finish up with the skid steer now. Oh, who knows?
This snow is very heavy and wet. And it actually didn't do too bad of a job, but I'm scraping just a little bit of gravel here and there, and the ground isn't really froze hard enough. It actually was froze up pretty good the last several days, and then I think with the snow on top of it, it's actually thawing out a little bit underneath, so the gravel is not solid yet. I mean, this is the real deal when you get those real blizzards. But the nice thing about the blower is we don't have that ledge along the edge of the driveway, because once we get that, the wind comes in from the northwest and creates drifts, and we end up, especially up in the yard here, it almost acts like a snow fence. This is better for some stuff, because we've had years where it got so high, the ledge got so high that, you know, and then once it thaws a little and freezes back down, you can't move it anymore with your blade or whatever. And it gets really tricky trying to get that snow to blow over the top of that. When you really get the big snows, it's nice to have this option. I used to use it like in the barnyards. Now you get like 2 feet. Well, I can get in there and blow that stuff out over the fences and in places, you know, get it up on the banks where it isn't gonna mess with nobody. You know, otherwise we gotta basically carry it out 1 scoop at a time, or try to push it. When you got that much of it, you don't push very far and you're hung up. That's where this thing is really a deal, you know. So it's maybe once a winter, or I've had a few winters we never even used it. But with the quick hitch, it's going to be easier to take on and off. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to unhook it outside here. If we need the tractor for other things, we're going to put it in a nice spot where we can get at it really easy for the winter. I mean, we had that one year when the roads were caving in and stuff. I think anybody that was farming then remembers all that. And this thing here was quite the lifesaver. I was actually shearing pins on this because there was so much snow, and you had to be really careful where you were backing into. And then there was places where there was stuff that was froze down from snows before that, and that was what was really causing trouble. But it certainly helped a lot. Otherwise, we'd have spent 10 times more time trying to move all that stuff. So there you go. We got to do a little bit with the Bobcat up here by the buildings here, a little bit here. I think I'm just going to go with that and then haul this load of manure. But it sure is beautiful out here. You don't have to mess with this snow. This is just the kind of scenery you want to see out your window. But it just seems like when we farm, we get snow like this, we have to clean out all our lots. I mean, it gets to be a lot more work. The pens get wet, and we just cleaned all our pens out 2 days ago. And that, you know, that's 2 to 3 days we're back at it again. So I think within a day or so we're going to have to go through everything again. And that, but that's how it is. It's just, you know, you keep your cattle dry. And then it's supposed to get cold like it typically does after a big system comes through. Usually then everything is freeze dried. A lot better deal then for the cattle. Sun comes out, air gets dry. So there you go. That's some of our snow removal.